Onions are one of the most basic ingredients in the kitchen. We use them almost every day for soups, sauces, frying, and roasting. But they often spoil faster than they should. They get soft, start sprouting, or develop mold. Today, we'll look at how to store onions at home so they stay firm and dry for as long as possible. No complicated containers. No special conditions. Just simple, practical storage principles. Onions don't spoil because they're low quality. They spoil because the storage conditions are wrong. The main enemies of onions are moisture, heat, and poor ventilation. Onions keep breathing even after they're harvested. If the air around them is humid or there's no airflow, they start to rot or sprout. That's why a plastic bag isn't the right choice for storing onions. The best way to store whole onions is in a dry, dark, and well-ventilated place. The temperature should be moderately cool, around 10 to 18 degrees Celsius. The key is low humidity and no direct light. Good storage options include mesh bags, woven baskets, paper bags with small holes. Plastic bags are not a good idea. They trap moisture, and moisture is the main cause of rot. A regular paper bag is perfect for storing onions. To ensure proper air circulation, make a few small holes in it with scissors. Ventilation is essential without it. Moisture builds up inside, and that speeds up spoilage. Transfer the onions from the plastic bag. Plastic traps moisture and creates poor storage conditions. Place the paper bag in a dry, dark spot, away from any sources of heat. Onions and potatoes shouldn't be stored together. Potatoes release moisture and gases that make onions spoil faster. When they're kept side by side, both go bad much sooner. Keep them separate. It's not recommended to store whole onions in the fridge. But there's one exception if the onion is already peeled or cut. Before storing cut onions, it's important to remove excess moisture. Gently pat the cut sides dry with a paper towel. The surface should stay dry. Moisture is what makes onions soften and spoil faster. In that case, wrap it in a paper towel. Place it in a container and keep it in the fridge for no more than 3 to 5 days. If you've chopped onions and realize you won't use them soon, just freeze them. I follow a simple rule. Freeze onions in the same form you plan to cook them. That's why I slice them into half moons before freezing. Spread the chopped onions in a thin, even layer on a tray or inside a freezer bag. And place them in the freezer. Frozen onions are perfect for soups, sauces, and stews. But they're not great for fresh salads. After thawing, the texture becomes soft. Once they're fully frozen, transfer them to a bag or container. This way, the pieces don't stick together. They keep their texture and aroma, and you can use them straight from the freezer. No thawing, no extra steps. It's quick, convenient, and always ready when you need it. This onion storage method is something my grandmother taught me. For it, you'll need a pair of old nylon stockings. Storing onions in nylon is a surprisingly effective method. It gives the bulbs great ventilation and helps prevent rot. You place each onion into the stocking. Tie a knot above it to keep it separated, then add the next one. Nylon allows plenty of airflow, so moisture doesn't build up and the onions stay dry. Because each bulb is separated by a knot, they don't touch each other. If one onion goes bad, the rest stay perfectly fine. The garland is easy to hang, saves space, and makes spoiled onions easy to spot and remove. When the whole chain is ready, hang it in a dry, dark place like a pantry or a balcony. Stored this way, onions can last up to 8 months. Always use dry, firm onions without spots or green sprouts. The ideal place for storage is cool, dry, and dark. Good ventilation keeps every onion surrounded by air, so it doesn't sweat or rot. This slows down sprouting and helps the onions stay fresh for many months. Simple, practical, and wonderfully reliable. Just make sure the onions don't touch the walls and aren't near any heat sources. When stored properly, onions can last for several weeks, and sometimes even months depending on the variety. They stay dry, firm, and aromatic. No sprouting, no mold. Check your stock regularly. One spoiled onion can speed up the spoilage of the rest. Simple conditions, predictable results. If this video was helpful, support the channel. This was The Practical Kitchen.